The AVerMedia Live Gamer Extreme will probably be the capture card to have for YouTube and streaming if they ever figure out the software. At the moment though, I'm not sure I'd recommend it with the current software version. AVerMedia has released a new capture card streaming device in their Live Gamer line of capture cards as their means of competing with the others that have been taken over recently. And on paper, it's pretty freaking impressive. Fun fact, my very first capture card ever was an AVerMedia TV tuner. It was like the MTV HD something or another. It was an internal PCI capture card, and it was pretty good for its time. Nowadays, I primarily use the Elgato HD60, but I was pretty excited to integrate this into my lineup simply because of its features. Taking an overview, on the front you do have the AVerMedia branding along with a microphone input and an auxiliary audio input for other audio such as music or what have you through a 3.5mm audio source. On the top you have a big old branding plate which you can actually unscrew the screw on the back and take off the frame to print your own cover sheet for it. They went through a lot of trouble to make you be able to customize this with something other than stickers, but they do have a whole cover creator software which allows you to print and create your own cover for this if you so desire. On the bottom you find some technical information and some rubber feet to keep it from sliding around on your desk. And then on the back you have HDMI in, HDMI out for their lag-free pass-through, USB 3.0 out, yes this does use USB 3.0, and component input. Now immediately there's a couple things that I really like about this. 2 extra audio input, which you can use to mix and match in the recording software to your like to some degree. And the fact that despite being a 1080p 60 more modern capture card, it still allows you to hook up older devices. And they come with a regular component adapter for this, as well as a straight to PlayStation adapter, which I'm currently using for my PS2, but would also work with the PS3, which is really kind of neat. Now, again, on paper, this is actually what essentially I wanted the Elgato HD60 to be before it came out. I sent them an email listing some features that I wanted. Now this still only does 1080p, but to me, the ideal capture card would go up to 4K 30, would record 1080p 60, USB 3.0 for really high bandwidth video recording, and still support older component devices as well. It's got USB 3.0 for what they call uncompressed 1080p 60, although that's not entirely true, and then component and HDMI for up to 1080p 60 recording. Sounds amazing, right? Well, it would be if their software honestly wasn't just a steaming turd, and that was very surprising because with the other live gamer products, I've actually heard great things about the older versions of their RECentral recording software. However, with the new RECentral 2.0 software for the Live Gamer Extreme, it doesn't even really work most of the time. When it works, it's great. You can record your gameplay, you can record your audio, and it saves to an MP4 file which you can use with your favorite video editor. When it doesn't work, you're honestly having to restart your computer a bunch and unplugging this a bunch to hope that it works, which isn't really cool at all. In the interest of fairness to AVerMedia and providing the most up-to-date information, AVerMedia has actually released a new software version prior to my original recording here, which aimed to improve some of the stability issues. And most of my complaints about the software in general are still valid. However, overall stability has improved. There's no random crashing. It just suddenly stops working for no reason. However, a lot of the functionality, such as my webcam still being a low resolution stretched image, are still problems. And now I'm experiencing more problems to where it doesn't want to be compatible with my USB 3.0 ports. So they have improved the overall stability to where you're not just going to launch the software and it just shut down on you, but there are still problems with the software that my original review still properly addresses. The software allows you to set up and record either just the HDMI input or the component input, or you can mix in your stereo microphone or your stereo audio from the auxiliary audio into your audio stream. You can set up streaming layouts like in Elgato software and the stream command in Elgato software. You can set up little layouts for your webcam overlay, some image overlays, things like that. Problem I ran into with that was with my Logitech C920 webcam, it was taking a 4:3 aspect ratio resolution image from the webcam, stretching it to a 16:9 image, and giving me no control over what resolution the webcam was at, which is really frustrating. I went through every configure menu and everything I could find, and I could not find any control over what my webcam was displaying at, and it really did not look very good at all. Despite their claims on the box and on the website of uncompressed 1080p 60 video, the software itself actually encodes the video to H.264 compression, and you can pick a bitrate pretty much anywhere from 10 to 60 megabytes per second. Now, over a long recording, I recorded something for about an hour at 60 megabytes per second to my recording rate, which handles DxTory at over like 100 megabytes per second, no problem. I did run into an issue where the game audio stopped being in sync with the game video. My live commentary was still just fine, but the game audio started getting really out of sync, and I don't entirely know what caused this. I've bumped it down to 50, and if you record in any shorter bursts, like I recorded up to 30 minutes, and it had no problem, but I did run into that weird issue with my first hour-long recording. It also needs to take power from your USB 3.0 jack, so that means you can't hook it up to an to a USB 3.0 hub or switch, or it's gonna get really glitchy and look kind of funny. Or at least it did with my USB hub, which is using wall power, because it's not being able to get enough dedicated power to the device. So you're going to want to make sure this is plugged into a USB 3.0 port on the back of your computer. And they do have some specifics of what types of USB 3.0 ports are actually supported, and I've heard complaints of some users with specific USB 3.0 ports on their computers not working. I'm using AVerMedia, and then all of the Intel ones are supposed to be compatible, and I've had no trouble. That was an issue the Black Magic Intensity Shuttle USB 3.0 card ran into in the past, was that it could only support specific USB 3.0 chipsets and not everybody could use it. But when it works, the quality is fantastic. 60 FPS is silky smooth, the picture is super high quality and looks really good, and if you're recording at 60 megabytes per second, you're getting a much higher bitrate than the Elgato, and it looks and sounds really good. Only major complaints feature-wise of the software, aside from getting it to work, is that there's no multiple audio tracks like they managed to work into Elgato. With Elgato and computer software like DxTory, you can record your game audio to one audio file, your microphone to one audio file, etc., which means when you're editing in your video editor, you can edit them separately and not have to worry about your game audio getting too loud or something like that. In this, you can't do that, and so if you want to record that separate, you have to record it in a separate program, which causes problems with syncing it up when you're editing. But overall, the quality is actually amazing, which is why I said at the beginning of the video, if they ever get the software worked out, this will be the ultimate capture card to have for the near future. That's it for me, guys. It's a great capture card in terms of the physical device that I'm holding, but at the moment, the software is just not really there. It's a really frustrating experience on the software end so far. But keep in mind the date of when this video was uploaded, and if you're watching this in the future, go check out, see if they've updated their software, and I'll probably make a second video on the updated software if I find the time whenever they update it, and they'll probably fix the software. I mean, this is something that they will probably fix. So if you're watching this in the future, keep that in mind, that the software will get fixed at some point and it will work better, and the capture card itself is actually pretty amazing. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this or what other capture cards I should check out, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for future videos like this one about cool tech and capture cards and things like that, and otherwise I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching another great tech video. Check out the annotations on the screen to watch more videos, or click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all future videos and updates. There are links in the description below to our social media pages, our Patreon campaign where you can contribute to the channel via monthly contribution and earn yourself early access to our videos, as well as lots of other great goodies. Be sure to check those out as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.